Hey, good morning, everyone. Today is day 10 of my Zero to Pro Ethical Hacking series. If you're new, I train every day. One try hacker room, one new skill, always ethical, and by 30, I'll be a professional hacker. So I got 3 years left. So I think that's what, 900 days? Probably. So got 900 more rooms to solve. So I'm actually going to go back to the room I was doing yesterday. So I'm just going to pull up the documents here that I had from that room. And we were doing super secret tip. So I got a couple of documents in here. I got debug password. I got some random images, which turned out to be just useless. I might as well just move it to a directory that's called useless. So we just have a. Did I not make the directory? Oh, I did. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna move that to useless. We could probably move the other one as well to useless. And so the objective of this episode today is we're actually gonna do the penetration test on this environment. So where I left off was I was trying to get the reverse shell into the machine that's hosting the web server, but I realized I was at an hour and 30 and I was running short on time. So now we got pretty much all we need to be able to reverse shell into the web server. So we'll see basically me getting the user account and then privilege escalating all the way up to admin. So I'm just gonna get organized real quick. I'm gonna move some of these useless files over. Then I'm gonna start the try hack me room, get the virtual machine running. I think it had to run for at least 5 minutes. So I'm gonna pause the recording. We're gonna get everything all set up, and we'll get right into it. All right, hey everyone, we're back, and we have the port open now, which was 7777. So let's. I think I also need Burp Suite open. So let me get Burp Suite going here too in the background. Burp Suite. All right, great. And let's look back at the debugger console, which was the last spot we were at. So 10.201.91.225. All right. 225 on port 77, and I believe the room was debug. There's a chance this might not be open yet. I might have not waited long enough. But let's see what we get here. Did I also put that right? 201.91. I also need to turn my VPN on. I always forget that. Alright. That's probably what it is. I can't believe I was getting pings to it. How did I even scan this? Alright, I don't even know how I scanned that. Closed. Alright, I think we gotta wait just a little bit more. I think it's still booting up. Okay, see you in a bit. Alright, we just got the message that the port is open. So let's take a look at what we got. Great. And we got to the website. Let's go to debug. Let me just move my microphone a bit. And alright, let's take a look here at the payload we need to enter. So as I remember, and pull up my terminal again. Now let's take a look at the files here. And if we looked at, is it deep? No, it's probably source. Let's go look at source. There are illegal characters. We could not put an and, semicolon, or percent sign in the payload. So let me look at my reverse shells resources here. As soon as I find it. Alright. I have a reverse shells cheat sheet. Let's see. Can't use that. What was it again? Let me just quickly look and see what we couldn't use. It was... Let me try that again. Nano, semicolon, percent, and... I don't know if it has Python on it, though. So, I saw one with curl. I might try that one. That's the one I saw already. I don't even know where it went. That was great. Alright. What did this person use? I am using a little bit of extra help here because I don't use reverse shells too often, so it's curl. Okay. So he's using this. And I just don't remember. Okay. So this is the payload that he wants me to use. Which is, I think this is just right here. I don't know what this is for. Maybe I could get some more information on it. I just want to make sure I'm doing this right here. I know this is the server side test. We should get 49 back. And if you look at my notes, the password was like this right here. Oh, I also have the previous reverse shell I was trying. I'm going to, let me open up Burp Suite, because we're going to have to burp this. I might install the Firefox plugin for Burp Suite. It would make this easier. I'm going to do that real quick. I'm going to actually... Yeah, I might just quickly download the Burp Suite, because I use this so often. I don't really like to use their browser. So I'm just going to quickly... What is it called that I need to install? Preferences, options, network proxy, manual. Oh, could I just straight do it from... So preferences, options. I don't see options here, but how hard could it be to find? And I'm looking for proxy. General tab, network proxy. Settings. Alright, so I'm configuring a proxy. So it's a manual proxy, and it's just localhost on port 8080, really. Okay. Okay. Next step. Okay, make sure you check the proxy is listening. So we gotta go to Burp Suite. Running on this device. Okay. Intercept. So let me just try it. I'm gonna try it. See if that's all I need to do. Intercept. I don't think that intercepted it. Oh, did it intercept? It didn't drop the package, so it looks like. found the traffic though, but it didn't stop the page. I'm gonna drop it. Drop the ball. I'm gonna try this command. That go through? I'm gonna send this to the repeater because it didn't give me the cookie session. This one did though. Okay. This is what I need. I'm gonna forward this. Okay. So that debug statement was executed. I'm just gonna go into this now. I'm gonna go to 10.201. I think it was 91.225.777 debug results. And I obviously need to do, I have proxy still on, right? Okay. There's a debug result. I don't know which one it was. So before I could even run this, I'm gonna need to change the cookie to match. Then I'm gonna do x forwarded 4 and then oops 4, and then we got that. So yeah, let's see if that gets us to where we need to do. And I typed the URL wrong, which was kind of what I was thinking. So let's change that back. Let's get my x forwarded 4. Paste that back in there. We could just delete the word. Okay. Then we're gonna put my x forwarded. And we're doing localhost forward. Did we get it? 49. Okay. So we know what we're doing is executing from server side. So let's add the payload. So this is my payload, and I just need to modify it so that it matches what I need to do. Okay, so curl. We're gonna put my IP in there. And any ports? I don't see a port on here. But it doesn't have a port on here. Okay, well that's just... I don't know how the port is... I'm gonna try this, but I don't see how the port... there's no place for the port. Whoopsie, didn't need to do that. Where am I looking for? I'm looking for my notes. Okay. A ham. Alright, and that's gonna do that. Let's grab this cookie ID. Great. I'm kind of interested here to see how this is gonna find the port. Oh, but you know what? I need to also open and see. Let's say 444. So we can receive it. Don't know how I'm gonna receive it though, but you know what? We'll give it a shot. All right, we're gonna refresh this page. We're gonna debug. I got everything I need from there, so I'm gonna forward this. And then this I'm gonna change to match my session. We're gonna add my x forwarded 4. right? I just want to make sure it's x dash forwarded 4. Okay, let's send the script. Nothing yet. Let me change this so it's x forwarded 4. Maybe it didn't go through. Board. Oh, internal error. Did I get? Didn't get lucky with that one. This is the same issue I had with my other payload. So how do I get it to I'm gonna paste my key back in. I wonder if I actually grabbed the correct session key. I think maybe I forgot to grab the session key. I'm gonna try that again. I keep opening this. I need to close it. This is what I'm trying to open. This password. This one actually lists the port though. I'm gonna try my old payload again, just to try it. Maybe so this was the base 64 output of it. No, it was this. This is what I determined was the payload. So let's send that over. Let's see what this provides me. Let's grab this cookie. I'm gonna actually grab this whole line. Alright, let's forward it. And let's go to debug result. Let's change my cookie session to match what it is. Make sure that it recognizes me as localhost so I don't get blocked by the IP address. I need to change. I should have changed it. I didn't change my port. This was 4567. I don't know if it's gonna work now. Let's see. Forward. Okay, let me try that again. I think I just messed that up by not putting in the correct thing at the right time. We're gonna copy that forward. We're gonna go back here. Let me see if I just managed to. Nothing yet. Burp suite. Let's change the cookie session just so it matches. X dash forwarded 4. What do we get? Okay, I still got this internal server error, so I think there's something wrong with my script. So SSTI. Let's see how I get SSTI reverse shell. Alright, I'm just reading an article. I'm just gonna bring the article over so we can all look at it. It's not giving me a proof of concept though. I wonder if I could use that. Template context manipulation. Let me see what ChatGPT can provide. I don't know if it's gonna provide me with a reverse shell, as it's very finicky with what it provides me here. But let's see if it provides me a reverse shell. I have a feeling it's not gonna. So this is using Flask. Okay, so let's see. Flask reverse shell. Oh, that's a huge script. I don't want a script. I just want to SSTI. Let's see what we can find. This is, I mean, this is the fun part, is just trying to find out how do we get this reverse shell to work. We know the vulnerability, but that works. That works. No reverse shell though. Be nice. I mean, the test works. I know that it's telling me how to test for STTI or SSTI. However, it's not provide. I can show you. I can just show it real quick. The test we performed, which was we literally performed this essentially, 7 times 7 to get 49. So we know that the server is outputting 49. Um, but how do I get the reverse shell? Do I? So when I'm actually sending this, do I actually modify the command that's being sent in Burp Suite? Maybe that's what I'm doing. Maybe I actually have to modify the command that's being sent in Burp Suite. I didn't even realize that. Okay, so okay, okay. I'm gonna I'm gonna put this payload back in, but this payload doesn't have. This is a really difficult one. If I could just find the payload to provide it, I could get reverse shell. Give me one moment. I'm just gonna do a couple bit of researching till I can find the right payload to provide. Alright, I am back, and things are about to get funky. So I had to watch a little bit of a walkthrough, but I think we got it now. So let's dig into this. We're gonna pull up verse. No. What's it called? Let's pull up the Swiss kit. One moment. I bookmarked it. I gotta just find the Swiss kit here. That's what it is. So it's payload of all things, right? Because this is it. It's our Swiss key repo. Now this is what's gonna help us forge the payload. So we're finding SSTI, which is what this attack is. So server side template injection, SSTI. And we have a few restrictions on the SSTI. It's been sanitized, so we have to be careful on what we type. So how do I go more? I was looking for code, really. I don't see code here, though. I don't think I'm on the right. Let me go back. Payload of all things. I'm looking for SSTI. Let's see what this person has on their. Is this what I'm looking for? No. Nope. Maybe it's Python. Read remote file. Write into remote file. Blind remote command execution. So this was the original payload that we had. So if we look at the payload that I have right here. So this is what the plan's going to be. We're going to execute this payload, right? Now we can't use this because it's sanitized, but we can just use quotation marks instead. So I'm going to just start slowly crafting the command here. Now that didn't copy how I wanted it. Text, there we go. Alright, I'm going to change it so we're not using apostrophes, but rather we're using quotation marks. And we can just pull it out here. So, let's see. OS pop open, but instead of ID, we're going to use curl. And the way we're going to use curl is we're going to actually upload a reverse shell script using a web server, and we're going to have curl execute that script that we're downloading onto their server. So let's create a reverse shell now. So let's do bash reverse shell generator, and I should have honestly have one, but I don't. So it doesn't matter though. And I mean, I could honestly just make a reverse shell without having to. I need to turn the intercept off. Oh, internet set. Internet. Okay. Can I just use this? I don't see why I can't use that. Let's do it. So we're gonna make echo. We're gonna do this. Whoops, I didn't spell that right. Echo. We're gonna paste that into shell, right? I don't know if I have to do this. I'm gonna just do it for me. So we got shell. So we're gonna upload this file onto the web server. So we're just Python 3 http.server. We could do it on port 8000. Now, what port did I didn't even change the. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me put my stuff in here. 656 192. That should fix that up. Let me just make sure. Shell. Okay, so we're on port 444. Python 3. We're gonna serve that up, and now since we're on port 4444, we're gonna serve NC on port 444. Nice. Okay. Now the fun part. We gotta execute the curl command on this, so that we can pull this from me. Let's see. So curl, and it's gonna be 10.656.192 on port. What port did I set this as? 8000. 8000. We're gonna do shell.sh. Now I don't know if there's anything else I need to. Let me just see what his command was. Okay, that's he did colon bash. Okay, I'm gonna do colon bash because he did colon bash. Well, I guess I could just send that in the command. I don't need to. Yeah. Okay. So he just added colon bash to the end of his. It's not colon bash. It's whatever this key is called. So I'm gonna run this payload. Okay. Okay. I think we're getting somewhere here. Hopefully we are. Let's go back here. Let's go HTTP. All right. The fun part is remembering what the IP was. 201.91.225. What is it? Oh, I have it right here. It's literally on this tab. Okay, great. Great. So let's upload this payload. Okay, let's get the password on there. Okay. We got burp suite going. Let's get this session ID. Boom. We're gonna forward it. And now let's go to debug results. Come on. Put my session ID in there. Change the IP that I'm coming from. Forwarded. 4. Alright. And this should provide me with no response. It gave me a V as a. Why did it give me V? It didn't curl. It didn't curl. So something was wrong here with my payload. Let's take a look. Alright, let me do a comparison to his payload because 10.6.6. Why did it give me a V? Huh. What did he. I don't even know where I found that video. Oh, over here probably. What was different? Curl. Oh, but he didn't put HTTP. I don't think it matters though. Alright, give me one moment. I'm just gonna see what's different in my payload to his. And we'll be back. Okay, I think I realized what I'm doing wrong here. I was copying the wrong cookie session ID. So let's grab the correct one this time. I'm gonna drop all these. Just drop. Okay. Let's start from the beginning here. Let's go back to this. Let's do I have it? Nope, I don't have it. Okay. Let me grab my payload. And we're gonna grab a IM-debug, or the password that this is using. We're gonna debug it. Burp suite pulls up. We're sending this to the repeater. Repeat. We're gonna send this over. This is the cookie session ID I need. Boom. And I'm if I could just forward this? I'm gonna forward this, and then debug result. Let's go back here. We're gonna send this bad boy to the repeater. We're gonna repeat. We're changing this cookie session ID to match what I need. We're gonna do x dash forwarded 4 1, and come on, we're expecting no response for this. And I got internal server error. Huh, guess I'm still stuck here. Maybe I should add HTTP. I'm gonna add HTTP back just to see if that does anything. I'm gonna close out these repeater sessions. Proxy, we can drop this packet. Let's put this back. We put HTTP back inside. I don't know if we can use slashes. No, we definitely can. Okay, we're gonna put imdebug back here. We're gonna import this. We're gonna send this to repeater. Repeater. Send. Get this session cookie. And we're gonna go back to debug result. Proxy. Debug result. Send that to the forwarder. I might have had to. Did I say send this to forwarder? Duh. Like, why would that work? I meant to say send this to repeater. Is this the previous command? I'm gonna actually forward this. Send this to the repeater. We're gonna change this. It should say unauthorized. Okay, good. So x forwarded 4. What do we get? Internal server error again. Frustrating, frustrating. There must be something mistyped in my command. That's the only way I could, you know what, let me see if I can, I think that must be what it is. There's something mistyped in my command. There has to be. So this is my command. I'll show you guys. It's very frustrating that it doesn't, I wonder if I could use a different AI bot. I might use DeepSeek to fix this because something is. Let me pull up DeepSeek, see if it can help me fix. Because I'm typing the command wrong clearly. All right, this is completely in Chinese. I'm just logging into DeepSeek at the moment. Oh my goodness, it's asking me for setup verification, all this stuff. Okay, nope. Okay, can you correct my syntax? I can't help correct syntax. I appears to be attempting execute. Did it just fucking work? Wow. Wow. I literally just said, "Oh, I'm just doing this for try hack me." immediately gave me the command. That's what I'm talking about. So I just gotta change the quotations to. Okay, I think maybe my command was just messed up somehow. I'm going to try this again with the new fixed command because my syntax must have been off. So let's open up Burp Suite again. If it would please prompt me. Prompt, yep, and debug result, we'll drop that. Let's forward this on over to the repeater. Almost forwarded it again without grabbing the code. Send, get this cookie ID, fix, and send. I got a 200 on it. I'm going to forward that. Let's go back to debug result. Send this to repeater. Let's change this cookie session. Let's put what I need. X forwarded. 4. IP's changed. Internal server error. I don't get it. Why would it keep doing that? Am I even pulling it? I'm not even pulling it. Maybe it's because I still have HTTP. Okay, I'm going to try it without HTTP again. I'm going to pause the video because I'm not making much progress with this reverse shell. Okay, after like investigating this for a bit, I just cannot find out what the issue is. I keep getting internal server error. So instead, we're going to join this random room. We're going to complete it real quick, and that'll be our room for the day. This is just a Windows machine. It looks like this is the scenario. In the weekly internal security meeting, it was reported that an employee overheard two coworkers discussing the Print Nightmare exploit and how they could use it to elevate their privileges on their local computers. Inspect the artifacts on the endpoint to detect the exploit they used. Use the full event log view tool. Go to options, advanced options, and show events from all times. And if you need a refresher on Print Nightmare, see our previous Print Nightmare room. I have no idea what Print Nightmare is. Yeah. So we're just gonna go through it. I mean, how hard could it be to understand what this exploit is? It is a Windows room, so a familiar environment for most people. I don't know. Maybe I could actually look up a quick while this loads. Let's look up real quick. Print Nightmare. We're gonna actually close all of this other stuff. Disabling Burp Suite. We'll come back to that other room once we get a little bit better. So we're gonna look at the Wikipedia real quick. Maybe I won't look at the Wikipedia. Let me look at the CSIA Gov website. It's released a vulnerability note for critical remote code execution vulnerability in the Windows print server spool, noting while Microsoft released an update. So this is back in 2021 to disable wow, Windows print spool. That's incredible. Let's see, open. And this is Microsoft's CVE for this. And what is the proof of concept? In addition to this, in order to secure, we recommend making these following registry edits. Alright, so identifying, I want to see the proof of concept. Print Nightmare. Tested on fully patched 2019 domain controller. Execute malicious DLLs. Alright, so it's a Python script, it looks like. SMB. To identify the hosts. Alright, I'm sure that this room will go through the exploit itself without having to read a proof of concept. Yeah, it's unfortunate I couldn't complete the other room. I'll come back. I mean, I don't know what the problem is on. I don't know if it's the command I'm putting in, the payload. Maybe I'm typing it wrong, possibly. I don't know. I just keep getting that error 500. What are you gonna do? Yeah, we'll come back to it as soon as we can. So I'd like for this room to load so we could carry on with our day. I'll be back when the room loads. Okay, so that room never loaded after like 10 minutes. We're just gonna complete a room for the day because clearly I'm not having too much success. Maybe I'll record a video later tonight and actually complete a room, but what I don't know what even happened there. That's a little frustrating. So MS Venom, it's the one-stop shop for all things payload related. Part of the Metasploit framework. It's used to generate code for reverse and bind shells. It's used extensively in lower-level exploit development to generate hexadecimal shell code when developing something like a buffer flow overflow exploit. And you can have various formats: exe, spx, war, pi. It's the latter function that we'll be using to make use of. So we're using a pi. For example, to generate a Windows 64 reverse shell in an exe format, we use this command. Here we're using payload of 4 options. Stage. When working with MS Venom, it's important to understand how the naming system works. For example, Linux. Windows, shell, Linux, yep. It's complete. Which symbol is used to show that a shell is stageless? And that would be slash. I couldn't even type slash. Still couldn't type slash. Alright, great. I just took the answer. What command would you use to generate a staged interpreter shell for a 64-bit Linux, assuming your own IP was 10.10.10.5? You're listening on port 443. The format for the shell is ELF, and the output file would be shell. Okay, so what probably would be what? We're gonna start with Linux. We're doing a 64-bit. It looks like 64. Why isn't that lining up? Linux. That's weird. It wasn't lining up. Oh, do I have to do the? Oh, I didn't realize I'm typing the whole MS Venom -p Linux x64. Then what? I guess we're doing interpreter. Interpreter. I guess it's just a reverse TCP. Reverse TCP. Let's take a look at this top. So we're doing an ELF. And then -o. We want this to be called shell. And then this is on the L host. L host equals 10.10.10.5. And then I'm guessing this is the port, which is probably L port. L port equals 443. I don't know what's going on with TryHackMe today. It's just not really functioning. Maybe I should take off the VPN. Maybe that was the root of this whole problem. Was my VPN was on. Um, I'll be back later. We'll upload a part two to today's episode. Not too much got done. I just completed this one room, but I got things I gotta get into today. So we'll be back a bit later though.